3 anyway now Dr. Misbah will be covering. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Misbah. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be taking the demo session on digital signatures. Like Dr. Balaji has already covered the theoretical part and explaining you what a digital certificate is, what a digital signature is. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I'll directly start with the demo because we are already running short of time. So he was talking about the digital certificate, right? And he was talking about public key and private key. Basically, the public key as well as the private key, these two are digital values. So these digital values should be basically kept in a particular document kind of format, like what our resume, our PPT, presentation, everything. This is the digital content that we keep it in a container called .ppt file or .docx file. Similarly, a public key and private key being a digital data, it also should be kept in an electronic document. So that particular electronic document is called as a digital certificate. And you can, in short, many of the people, they call it as DSC also, digital signature certificate. So you can call it as DSC, digital signature certificate, or simply certificate. Many of the people, I heard that they call it as digital identity as well. So there are different name conventions that people use. But as I'm telling you that this is an electronic document, so this electronic document should be kept in a device, basically electronic device. So like our PPTs, our documents, PDF documents, all these things, we keep it in a pen drive as a storage media. Similar kind of a device, not same I'm saying, similar kind of a device, which is a USB token, which right now I'm showing you on the screen. This kind of token will be there. It looks like a pen drive, but this is not a pen drive. This is called as crypto token. Generally, I have, when interacting with the government people, I came to know that they call it as dongle. So basically, this is a dongle, or you can call it as a crypto token, which has a USB device, which is a USB device, but this is not a pen drive. This is not a storage media alone. This is basically a crypto token which has the capability of computing the RSA encryption and decryption. That is how your digital signature is created. So basically your digital signature is created inside this token. Please remember this. I'll come back to this one while showing the demo. Okay, just remember that the digital signature is created, is computed or generated inside this particular token. This token is FIPS compliant. FIPS means Federal Information Processing Standard 140-2, 140-2. This is the international standard number, which is basically used for the compliance of the manufacturer, I mean, in these particular devices. And these devices are called as tamper-resistant devices. These are called as tamper-resistant devices. So your public key certificate, your private key, everything resides inside this particular token. So if I want to digitally sign any particular document, whether it is a Word document or a PDF document, generally people sign a PDF document. Word documents are also signed, but across different applications that right now we are seeing in India, we have been seeing that, PDF documents are being signed. So now this device is required whenever you need to digitally sign a document. Okay, now because I'm showing you a demo of digital signing of a Word document as well as a PDF document, now I'm going to connect this particular token to my system. If this is the first time, then obviously you need to install the drivers of this. So I have already installed, so I will not spend much of my time in this. I'm now just sharing the screen now to show you the demo. So this is the Word document, which I hope that you are seeing the Word document, right? So this is I'm using for a demo. So I have written some text, anything you can write. I hope that now the text is also visible to you. Okay, so I'm going to digitally sign this particular document. Now, in order to digitally sign the document, first of all, I have to save the document. I am saving this particular document. I will save it on desktop, saying simply demo. Okay. Now, Word, see, every application will have its own way of implementation of the PKI capability of their application. So here, the Microsoft has developed the PKI capability here. If you want to digitally sign a document, just go to this menu, File, and then you go to Prepare. This is Word 2007. This is Word 2007. I'm showing you the demo of Word 2007, which I have right now. Now go to this one, this icon, and then go to Prepare. And under Prepare, you are seeing an option called Add a Digital Signature. Hope you are following my cursor also. Add a digital signature. Now, when I click on Add a Digital Signature, this is just a Microsoft Word alert. So I will say OK. Now here it is showing that signing as Mohammad Misbahuddin. Purpose for signing this document is actually a feature given by Microsoft Word. It is not a feature of digital signature technology, or it is not a feature of PKI. Okay. So purpose of this document, for signing this document, if you want to write, you can write, you can leave it also. I'm leaving it now. Okay. So signing as Mohammad Misbahuddin, issued by eMudra Sub CA for Class 3 organization 2014. So this is the digital certificate that I have. Now, before actually digital signing the document, I would like to spend few minutes on the digital certificate. I'll show you the digital certificate. Dr. Balaji has shown you the screenshot of the digital certificate. Now, if you want to view the certificate, click on this, click here to view certificate properties. I'll click on this. When I click on this, a new window opened up. This certificate is intended for the following purposes: protects email and all. Okay, because non-repudiation and integrity is achieved. That is why it is giving that. Basically, we are interested to know this. Who is the owner of this certificate? Owner of the certificate is Mohammad Misbahuddin. Issued by eMudra Sub CA for Class 3 organization. So this is a Class 3 digital certificate. Someone was asking just now a question, Class 1, Class 2, Class 3. Basically, Class 1 does not require you to submit the documents and all. But Class 1, anyhow, no CA is entertaining now. No CA is issuing Class 1 certificate. We are being issued Class 2 and Class 3 certificates only. So I have applied for Class 3 certificate, and as per law, Class 3 digital certificates will have the highest legal validity, highest legal assurance in the court of law. Now, what class of certificate you have to register or get? You have to register for or you have to get. It depends on what type of application you are using and what type of application policy is that. For example, if you are going for e-procurement kind of application, generally the organizations, they want the Class 3 digital certificate from the vendor for higher assurance. Okay. So it is not designation based. Please remember, many of the people think that Group A officers will get Class 3, Group B officers will get Class 2. No, it is not like that. If Group A officer is actually carrying out some tasks using a particular application which requires Class 3 or Class 2, then based on that particular application only, the class of that particular certificate will be decided. I hope that you are understanding this particular point. So Class 2 requires the documentation to be submitted, address proof, identity proof and all. Class 3 requires physical verification. But now many of the CAs, they are now for Class 2 certificate also, they are doing the video verification of the person. Okay. So this is a Class 3 digital certificate and it is valid from 2019 to 2022. So basically for 3 years. I had applied for 3 years, so I got a 3 years digital certificate. Okay. Now, I would like to see here it is saying that you have a private key that corresponds to this certificate, because I have already connected my crypto token, that is pen drive kind of a device which I have shown you just now, which I have just now connected. So that particular device will have a private key also. So it is saying that, I mean, this particular this has a private key also corresponds to this particular certificate. Okay. But please remember that your private key can never be seen by you. The owner of the certificate also cannot see the private key. Why you cannot see, I'll tell you later. Okay, details. Now version number, what is the version? Version 3. Okay. So we are using international standard called X.509 version 3 digital certificate. Now this is the serial number. Every digital certificate will have a unique serial number. Okay. So this is the unique serial number of this particular digital certificate. And this serial number is very important. Just about at the end of the session, Dr. Balaji had told that there is one of the responsibilities of CA is to maintain CRL also, certificate revocation list. Whenever the certificate is revoked, for example, I lost my certificate or some fraudulent activity is happening with my certificate. So the certificate will be revoked. If I lost my certificate, I will request the CA to revoke my certificate. If CA thinks that this certificate is being misused, then CA also has the authority to revoke the certificate. If my organization feels that this particular certificate is being misused, then my organization also can request the CA to revoke the certificate. Now, after revocation of the certificate, whatever digital signatures you have done before the revocation, all those digital signatures are valid till the document lifetime. Okay. So in those cases, if someone wants to verify the digital signature that was done before the revocation takes place, so for that you need to have some information somewhere to check whether really this certificate was issued by a licensed CA or not. So that information you can extract using the serial number that you can see here. Okay, this serial number. How to get that CRL? The CRLs are available on the websites of the of all the CAs. The CAs maintains the CRLs. If I can show you something here. Are you able to see this? Now here, so many certificates are also there. I hope that somewhere CRL also they might have kept. This is a CRL. Okay, this is a CRL of CCA. Somewhere this is the CRL of eMudhra Sub-CA. So I am downloading that. This is the CRL. As I told you, I showed you that serial number. So here you need to look at, in the revocation list, you need to look at serial number. This serial number digital certificate was revoked on 13th November 2014 at so and so time. Reason will also be there for some certificates. Let me search if any reason is written for a particular certificate. Here if you look at this particular certificate, it has a unique serial number, revocation date 30th April 2016, 8:59, that is morning time, key compromise. So these are the three main important fields of CRL. Okay. Now coming back to the demo of this. So this is what the serial number was. Okay. So similar kind of serial number you have seen in the CRL. What is this significance of the serial number? Again, I'll discuss with you when we are discussing about digital signature verification. Signature algorithm, as Dr. Balaji has already covered, saying that SHA-256 RSA was used for digitally signing this certificate. Please remember that I got this digital certificate. That means they have endorsed my private key, saying that this private key belongs to, this public key belongs to Misbahuddin. Okay. When they are endorsing that, that means they are digitally signing that. Because they are digitally signing, that means CA is also having public key, private key pair, and they are using private key for the, digital signing. So now, who has given them the who has given them the authority to endorse my digital certificate? The controller of certifying authority, the root certifying authority of India, has given them the authority. That means the root certifying authority of India also has the public key, private key. Now, who has signed the digital certificate of the CCA? CCA certificate is called as the self-signed certificate. So here you can see the hierarchy. Muhammad Misbahuddin got the certificate from eMudhra Sub-CA for class 3, and eMudhra Sub-CA is a division or department of eMudhra CA, and eMudhra CA got the certificate or license from CCA India. Above CCA India, you are not seeing anything because CCA India is the top root certifying authority of India, and it is called as self-signed authority. It is called as self-signed certificate. So they'll sign their own certificate because that is the top trust level from the digital security point of view in India. Now coming back to this one, what is the hash algorithm that they have used for digital signing? SHA-256. Issuer is eMudra sub CA, valid from, valid to, and subject is my name, serial number, Karnataka, and all that stuff. I mean, acts, my department name, everything is given here. And further, if you go, then you have public key. This is what is my public key. Please remember that. I'm just copying it because I'll show it to you later. What is the importance of this public key? Okay. Now you are able to see the public key here in the fields. Now please look at, are you seeing private key anywhere? No, you cannot see private key here. Okay, private key is not shown to the owner also. Private key is there because if you look at here, it is saying that you have a private key that corresponds to this certificate. But under details, it is not showing me the private key. Why it is not showing? Because I think Dr. Balaji might have given you the example of hand signature. In hand signature, the secret that is behind my hand signature is known only to me. I cannot express you how much pressure I am applying, how I am drawing those spokes, how I am drawing that my signature pattern. I cannot explain you. Someone can imitate the style, but he cannot do it fully. That is why signature forensic experts will be easily distinguishing which is the original one and which is the duplicate one. So here also, the quality, the trait that you find in human being, that despite the fact that he knows the secret how to create his hand signature, he will not be able to express, he will not be able to explain it, transfer it to somebody. Similarly, I mean, following that particular trait here, they will not show you your own private key, because like I have just now copied the public key here. If I copy the private key also, if the private key is shown, if I copy the private key also, and if I am a fraudulent person, then I will be able to give or share my public key and private key of a sensitive organization to somebody else. If I am not a fraudulent person, I may be innocently doing it. So to avoid all those things, they will not show my public key here. Private key here. Only public key will be shown. And finally, one important thing I'll show you, CRL distribution point. Here is the URL you see here. This particular URL will actually tells you where you can find the CRL for this particular CA. So emudra.com repository, CRLs and all that. Okay, from here, this is a direct URL. Simply you copy it and paste it in the browser. You will be able to directly download the CRL, the current updated CRL. Okay, so this also I have shown. Now I'm going ahead with the signature. Okay, it is very simple step. Now, as soon as when I click on sign, what happens? The technological background Balaji has already covered. When I click on sign, this document's hash, cryptographic hash will be computed. The hash value will now be sent to the crypto token. Please remember, the hash is computed by operating system. Okay, this hash value will be sent by this operating system to the crypto token. Now the crypto token receives the hash. Now what is the digital signature step? The first step is creating the hash. The second step is encrypting it with the private key. Where is the private key? Private key is residing in the crypto token. And please remember that as per the FIPS standard, the private key should be generated within the token and should never come out of the token. This is very important point. So private key cannot come out of the token as per the international standards. That is why we are sending the hash value inside the token. When it goes inside the token, this crypto token has the RAM, ROM, meaning processing capability. So it computes the RSA algorithm, asymmetric key encryption, to encrypt the received hash. Once it encrypts the received hash, now you got the digital signature. This digital signature, along with the public key certificate, both comes back to this document. Now I am doing this. Please remember that private key is residing in the crypto token. So the private key will be protected with a PIN. So now look at the screen. I am clicking on sign. When I click on sign, it is asking me the password. This password is to enable the private key which is there in my crypto token. My hash has already gone into the crypto token. Now the digital signature requires that particular document to be, sorry, hash value to be encrypted. So I'm entering the password for enabling the private key. So I have entered the password now. I click on login. It is creating signature. Now the message has come. Your signature has been successfully saved with this document. If the document is changed, your signature will become invalid. I'll say okay. So now you can see this particular panel was not there. This panel was not there. Who has signed this document? Mohammed Misbauddin has signed this document. And here also you are seeing one symbol at the bottom of the document page. You see one symbol which is saying the tooltip that it is showing. This document contains signature. Okay. Now, can I edit this document? No, editing is not allowed. This has become the uneditable document. Even if I want to go and edit it from somewhere, I'll not be able to do that. I'll not be able to do that. Okay. If I still try to edit the document, it will not allow. Suppose if you go to the settings of MS Word and then allow editing of the document after signing, then as soon as you even add a space or a full stop to it, then immediately you get an alert message saying that you are trying to something like that. You are trying to modify the document, a digitally signed document. Modifying a digitally signed document leads to removal of signature. Would you like to continue? If you say okay, your signature will be removed from the document. Your signature will be removed from the document. Please remember, here editing is blocked. That is why editing is not possible. Actually, this is the ideal case. Okay. So this is what is digital signature example. Okay. Now I'll show you the digital signing of. Okay, can you remove the signature? Yes, you can remove the signature from the document, but this is possible only in MS Word. Okay, I'm removing the signature. Now, can I edit? Yes, you can edit. Okay, you can edit it. Okay, can I re-sign it? Yes, you can re-sign. You go to the same process, prepare, add a digital signature, and then look at the certificate, because I can have multiple certificates on the system. So I'm looking at this particular certificate, signing. Oh, this time it has not asked me the private key password. Why it has not asked me? It has not asked me the private key password second time because I have not removed the crypto token yet. Okay, so Microsoft Word or Adobe Acrobat, they don't ask repeatedly every time in the same session, especially when the crypto token is connected. Now I am removing the crypto token. I don't know whether you are able to see my camera. So again, I have removed the crypto token. Again, I am reattaching it. I'll connect the crypto token again. I'll remove the signature and I will sign again. So ideally, it should ask me to enter the password. Yes, it is asking because I had removed the token. So the signature is created. This is what is Word document. Now let me show you the PDF. My digital certificate is valid. Suppose if it is there, then that means my digital certificate is invalid. So this is what is the CRL. Now, oh, so we are back again. I'll just one more demo and then I'll give to the CA. So I'm just showing you the demo now of PDF. Sorry for that inconvenience. So this is one demo document that I had made. This is a demo. I hope that are you able to see the screen? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now in PDF, as I told you, the implementation method is a bit different. And here you just need to go to tools, and in tools there is one option called certificates. You just click on this certificates, and here you find the digitally sign option. Again, I'll show you. you go to tools. There is one more option called fill and sign. Don't go for this. This is actually Adobe's its own method for creating a sign, but that is not a digital signature. Okay. So here, this is the certificates. You click and you will find an option called digitally sign. Now, when you click on this, it basically says use your mouse, you click and drag to draw the area. That is what I told you. Wherever you want to place the signature, you can place it. So I want to place the signature here, for example. Okay. Now it is saying that this particular digital certificate is available on this machine. Do you wish to continue? I say yes. It is saying that, the signature will appear like this. Okay. So Mohammed Misbahuddin digitally signed by so and so, and date as well as time, everything is captured here. Now there is one option that is provided by a PDF that is called as lock document after signing. If you click this, further signatures are not allowed. I'll give you one example. A note sheet I have digitally signed and sent to my boss. And my boss also want to put a digital signature onto that document. So while signing, if I click on this particular document, if I click on this log document after signing, then the document will be logged, means it will not allow further digital signing in Adobe Acrobat. Okay. So I'll better not put it. If I don't put it, then further, because in a workflow, in a secure or trusted workflow, this should not be clicked actually. Okay. So I'm unchecking it. By default, it is unchecked. So I'll click on sign. Now, when I'm clicking on sign, it is asking me to save the document. Why it is saving? Because see, till now in the document, only content was there. But now the document will have the content, the digital signature, plus my public key certificate. These three things will be there in the document. So it has become a new document. So I am storing it as, this is a demo signed. It is asking me the password. I'm entering the password here. Now you see the digital signature. And here you have got the signature panel. It is saying at least one signature has problem. Let me see what is that. Okay, I'll click on this. What is the problem? It is saying signature validity is unknown. Document has not been modified. It's saying that document has not been modified, which is very good. That means integrity is achieved. Signature's identity is unknown because it has not been included into your list of trusted certificates. So no need to get panicked, because this particular digital certificate, first time I am using on this system. So I'll do one thing. I'll click on this. Then I'll go to see here, signature validity is unknown, but signature, the document is not modified. Document is correct. Integrity is not breached. If we are worried with this, I'll go to the signature properties, and here I'll go to show signer's certificate, and then I'll go to the trust. And here I'll say that add to trusted certificates. Okay. It is saying this certificate is not trusted. I'll click on add to trusted certificates. CCA wala. Yeah. So the CCA certificate seems, and then our CS certificate was also not there in the browser, it seems. So I am adding all those. Okay. Now the error has gone. Signature is valid, signed by Mohammed Misbahuddin, because there is no need to panic. First of all, you need to add those certificates. By default, CCA certificate is there in many of the browsers. Okay. But suppose if in case, because this is a new system also, if the browser is not updated and CCA certificate and CS certificates are not there in the browser, no need to panic. Simply go to show signer certificate and go to trust and add those two trusted certificates. Okay. So this is what my demo is. If you have any questions, you please ask any question. Then we'll take up some questions now, and then we'll move on to the next speaker. So in chat box, are there any questions? You can please unmute your mic and ask, or you can post it in the chat box.